As I mentioned to you guys before, I believe that leaders are readers. And so I prepared something real quick for you. Won't be before you long. But I hope that this edifies your mind. One of the business professionals that I follow every day is Darren Hardy, spelled Darren Hardy, Hardy. Darren Hardy used to be the publisher and CEO of Success Magazine, and he is a well known business expert. And so, what I'm going to share with you today is information from his book called The Entrepreneur Roller Coaster. It's an essential guide for thriving as an entrepreneur. I highly recommend this book. But what I'm gonna talk about today is fear. Fear. So we know that fear can keep you from all types of things. Fear can keep you from getting married. Fear can keep you from doing well in your business. Fear can keep you from asking for a raise. Fear can keep you from anything. So what I want to share with you is 6 brain hacks to conquer fear. I'm not going to read all of the information that goes along with each one of these hacks. With each one of these hacks, but what I'm doing is I'm going to give you an excerpt from each one that hopefully drives the point home. So grab a pen. Guys, fear is not real. Sure, it feels real. The pounding heart, knocking knees, and sweaty palms, those are real enough symptoms. But the thing we're actually afraid of is an illusion, an invention of the mind. It is an illusion, a phenomenon that resides entirely within your own brain. So here are 6 hacks to conquer fear. So your brain has a mind of its own, literally. Unfortunately, you're kind of stuck with the original outdated equipment. Although you can't change the evolution of your ancient mind, you can short circuit its primitive tendencies by hacking it. Here are the 6 brain hacks to do that. This will take your brain back from the Stone Age and into the age of high-tech tools and roller coaster businesses. Number 1, get real. The first thing to do is gain perspective. You want to separate reality from fantasy. It's not a lion, it's a phone. Let me repeat. It's not a lion, it's a phone. If you dial it and the other person answers, they can't eat you. If you stand in front of a small group, they're not going to pillage your village. If you stand alone on stage to give a presentation, the audience is not going to attack you. You are not in mortal danger. The good question to ask yourself before doing anything you think you fear is, if I do this, am I going to die? If the answer is no, then your fear is made up and is grossly overdramatic, and it should have no power over you. I love that one. Number 2, it's the fear of fear you fear. Let me repeat. It's the fear of fear you fear. Oddly, it's not even calling a stranger or making a speech that generates our fear. It's the anticipation of doing it. Guys, I want you to know that I scared myself into a rash when I was about to have one of my surgeries. Surgery wasn't that bad. I was just scared of it because I'd never done it before. It absolutely happens. Once again, it's the illusion of the mind. It's the fear of fear you fear. The fear itself hurts more than the thing you're scared of. Number 3, 20 seconds of courage. Courage is overrated, or at least overestimated. You don't need to be brave all day, every day to be successful. In fact, you barely have to be courageous at all. According to my calculations, you can be a coward 99.9305556% of the time. That's your whole day except for just 20 seconds 3 times a day. Why 20 seconds? Because in 20 seconds, you can pick up the phone to call that big kahuna. In 20 seconds, you can introduce yourself to your dream client at a networking meeting. You can walk up to a circle of strangers and say hi in 20 seconds. In 20 seconds, you can volunteer to come up stage. 20 seconds, you can ask him or her out on a date. Begin your pitch presentation. Take a plunge in the icy cold water. In 20 seconds, you can start a tough conversation with a loved one or employee. In 20 seconds, you can say no, even though it will make you feel or make you look unpopular. And in 20 seconds, you can even jump out of a plane. So, what should we do when we hit the inevitable wall of fear? Do this. Shut off your brain. Shut off your brain. Close your eyes, hold your breath if you need to, and do what every signal of your brain is insisting that you don't do. Run right at it. Do what every signal of your brain is insisting that you don't do. Run right at it. The activities you're most afraid of are the activities that can cause a breakthrough in your success. So step right into them. Number 4, focus on tasks, not outcomes. You know, your brain is a drama queen. It makes mountains out of molehills. It sees a flea and magnifies it into a Tyrannosaurus Rex. I call this the twisted mind effect. I tell you, there's a little story in here, but I'll share a little bit of it. A friend of mine recently visited the mall with his wife and 14-year-old daughter, Ashley. After some individual shopping, he met with his wife at their agreed upon meeting spot. When he asked his wife where Ashley was, she said she thought their daughter was with him, and she had been where they originally parted ways. She was with me a few minutes ago, but she said she was going ahead to meet you. She should be with you. I haven't seen her, his wife responded. They both looked at each other worried. After a long 2 minutes of waiting and scanning every person who walked by, panic set in. The father took off running, retracing every step that he had taken in the last hour. The mother asked shoppers if they had seen a little girl with her daughter's description. As they both looked frantically for their daughter, visions of abduction and child predators flooded their minds. Within 10 minutes, they had 3 store security guards and a team of 4 mall cops huddled to begin a full-scale Ashley hunt. Mom was crying. Dad was yelling. Moments later, Ashley bounded up cheerfully to the group with a braces-filled smile, asking, "Hey, what's going on?" Her mom burst out a yelp, ran up to her, and nearly squeezed the life out of her. Her father, shaky and on the brink of tears himself, joined the family hug. "Where were you?" he asked. "I was trying on a pair of pants in the store right there," pointed to a shop about 50 feet away. In a span of 12 minutes, the mind of mother and father magnified the reality of their daughter being just a few minutes tardy into projections of her being abducted, molested, and murdered. That is the twisted mind effect, and it happens all the time and to the best of us. Number 5, habituate yourself to fear. Make fear a habit. As part of the transformation of soldiers, the military takes young newbies who've never been far from the bosoms of their mothers, and through the boot camp process, they turn them into fearless warriors. As part of this transformation, new recruits are subjected to relentless and repeated fear, pressure, and stress. The result: would-be soldiers are habituated to fear. Now, when they're 8,000 miles away from home in Afghanistan and the bullets start flying, they don't run in the opposite direction. So the key is to make it a habit. Hack number 6, and then I'm done. Making fear and failure fun. Making fear and failure fun. The key to success is massive failure. Your goal is to outfail your competition. Really, when you think about it, the most successful person in the room is usually the one who has failed the most. So I say to you, go out there and go for no. Because risk means acting without certainty. It's scary. It's what Darren calls terrifyingly thrilling. But it's also what makes the entrepreneur roller coaster so terrifyingly thrilling. Risk. So I'm going to recap those and then we're going to shut it down. Your first hack, get real. Not a lion, it's a phone. Number 2 is the fear of fear you fear. Number 3, 20 seconds of courage. That's all it takes. Number 4, focus on tasks, not outcomes. Number 5, habituate yourself to fear. And number 6, make fear and failure fun. This again comes from the Entrepreneur Roller Coaster by Darren Hardy. So I hope that you got something from what I shared with you today. And hopefully that will lead you into facing your own fear and become successful today in what your goals are. And I hope that all of you have a wonderful Tuesday. Do remember that Dr. Betty is going to go tonight. Let me see if she's here so I can let her tell what she's going to be talking about today. Dr. Betty, if you can let us know what we're going to be talking about tonight on your webinar, your experts webinar. Are you out there? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, Dr. Betty,
go ahead.
Good morning and day clean to everybody. So this evening we are going to talk about the immune boosting special. So jump on so you know which products to utilize for which situations to stay healthy and happy along this this flu and infectious season. Over and out. See you tonight.
Thank you, Dr. Betty. I know that you are the one that spearheaded the immune pack that is going to be talked about. So appreciate you so much, guys. It's going to be tonight at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. And again, have an Akana kind of day. Talk to you soon. Oh, do not forget about rebounding today. Have a great day. Bye-bye.